Will be to match 4 of our quarterfinals for the Valor. My name is Vulcan. With me is Arctic, your shoutcasters entering our last match of the quarterfinals.
Yeah, going to be very an interesting match right here. Last match for the quarterfinals, as Vulcan mentioned. So it's been quite the day. We've been seeing a constant 2-0. I wonder, are we going to be seeing another 2-0?
It's a pattern we're seeing, Arctic. I mean, it just goes to show that when you're talking about the Valor here in the quarterfinals, we have talent in the local scene, and it just goes to show. One of the impressive one was Clutch Gill, which got a 2-0, but everyone here got a 2-0. I mean, match 4 will be the same.
And it's kind of tricky because we're looking at yet another team which is kind of rising in prominence here in the Philippines. We're looking at Samurai Gamers, and yeah, another organization. I mean, what's interesting about this team is that they actually have
turn to ban.
Actually, I think they have different titles under their belt as far as
Blue team's turn to pick.
esports that they have representatives in, and they also, it's pretty solid. I'm always a big sucker for organizations and teams that have the proper structure, that have an actual backing, and they also actually make guides for AOV and all these different games. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So Samurai Gamers will be playing on the blue side against CatFoodS. So on to the drafting phase here. They ban out the Joker and the Murad, but immediately we're seeing SG picking up the Jungler. One time the Jungler was available in our previous matches, that was a win to the opposite team. But for CatFoodS, they are willing to trade that for at least the Senil and the Mala.
Yeah, interesting picks that seeing so far, hearing that use your ears to look at the drafting phase. But yeah, Alice though gonna be locked in as well as the Raz for CatFoodS. So
interesting. A lot of CC art that we're seeing right
lots
here.
of CC,
Tons of
definitely.
it.
And not to mention double support. This is very complimentary here, having both the Raz as well as the Alice, in case the Raz does try to make the play to isolate a member of Samurai Gamers here, would easily be complemented with the shields as well as the speed boost coming in from Alice, making it all the more quick, smooth, criminal-like play if ever CatFoodS can pull that off. But of course, it all depends. Looking at what Samurai Gamers has here, the Violet as well as the Mina will be locked into some of this composition.
The one thing I like about Violet is that finally we're seeing her once right now in the quarterfinals, where she was banned in match 1 and 2. But as of now, looks like CatFoodS will finish up their drafting with the Slims. Does complement what I could see CatFoodS is going for, but in a way they have a lot of CC, they have a lot of tools to go and control the flow of the fight.
Yeah, looking pretty good here, both sides. I mean, I really like the draft that CatFoodS has. I mean, I've pretty much been vocal about how I'm kind of a sucker for these double support compositions, but then again, you really can't discount Samurai Gamers either. Pretty solid lineup here, a lot to work with, and we'll just have to see how this ultimately goes down. A lot to work with in the sense that it's pretty balanced. If you have the support, you have the marksman, you have the magic damage as well. So pretty well rounded. Sum that up with the additional power with the Zephys, and then Mina to potentially set things up. So we'll just have to see how that goes down.
And as for all in, it's all about SG in this game, one of our last match. So let's see how can for CatFoodS with a rather I'm kind of confused with their draft Arctic, because we're seeing a Slims and we're seeing a Raz and a Malak. So normally you would see these champions in the front line, so their main damage may just come from the Slims, but who knows. Zaniel has been flexing those muscles. We've seen it both in the support role, also the damaging role.
A lot of mobility and response potential here coming in from CatFoodS, though. I mean, combining the Malik along with the senior, going straight in out of nowhere into fights, easily bringing the numbers. Let's say unfortunate circumstance for one of the players in 1v2, you can easily change that into a 3v2 with the Malak as well as the Senior response. But we'll just have to see how that goes down, though, because Malak, I mean, it's not really like Senior, where in Senior he has pretty much global as long as he has a target in the form of his teammate. Meanwhile, Malak doesn't have the same, like, all across the map. There is still a limit to what range he has, but still very, very potent individual.
It looks like we'll be seeing all of that unfold. Arctic execution is key in every game. So onto the battlefield. Looks like SG will be playing on the blue side, whereas CatFoodS will be playing on the red side. Right now we're seeing the support roles and the damagers in the mid lane.
Yeah. looking pretty good here. We are seeing Linger with Mumu013 on this Alice, just kind of all over the map, making sure to look out for any cheeky plays that SG might make. But then again, we are seeing a lot of action here. SG has been right around this mid lane.
And as for the top lane, we're seeing Alice and Zenial spotted out there, but that won't stop the Murad going in and out. Looks like this will set up for a gank by CatFoodS. We're seeing 3 members over the wall. Slims does not connect his spear, so Vittorio will be safe.
Yeah, Vittorio's going to be A-okay. Will be able to reach the safety of his turret just fine. But interesting enough, we are still seeing this continuing trend wherein Samurai Gamers, they're just lingering towards this top side, allowing this Violet to just, solo XP, solo farm up.
The solo farm is not the right thing to go for this Violet, because in front of a Malak, it's safe for a Violet because Go has the mobility. So things are really heating up in the mid lane. We are seeing that CatFoodS, they really want to establish a lead, already going on to the Spirit Sentinel, so they can sustain themselves longer in lane. So to our challengers watching right now, here is the code for the level 3 Arcana chest.
And well, looks like we do see this Malak. He tends to, whenever the waves are cleared up, he tends to linger around the riverside, ready to ultimate into fights towards the mid toward upper river in case fights do break out between both teams. But that's still a little bit far off. We haven't seen those opportunities just yet. So, Judo in this bot lane here along with RVP. Looks like Samurai Gamers are going to make a rotation towards the spot side.
Malak did not see that coming. The meter will push him back in, but with his ultimate, Malak will go under the tower.
Interesting though, Malak needing to go for the ultimate out to safety. Ball rolled up by Sinyo, so will be granted the heal. And in effect though, Sinyo does have to make the travel all the way back up to lane, but that does allow CatFoodS to stay in lane amidst the heal.
I like how the Violet is really being careful here. It has to scale up towards the game. So at this point, SG and CatFoodS not doing anything crazy, because at this point, First Blood has yet to be secured. But we're seeing CatFoodS really all over the map. They don't want SG to feel comfortable just yet.
Yeah, they've been pretty much all over the place, in a good way, of course. Not in a bad way.
Like that would be an engage coming from with the GS protection. They will go onto the tower. Perhaps no, they do pull in the Alice, but in the end, 4 members were not able to be taken down by SG since they had the protection from the Alice.
We won't be seeing any casualties just yet. We are seeing the support in the work right now. That advantage right there, just to be able to draw back. Meanwhile, we do see CatFoodS going for this.
This is great, Arctic. This can change the flow, but Violet spot them out. But it's too late. CatFoodS will take away the Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, unfortunately, Samurai Gamers were not in the position to potentially contest that, and that will be a clean Abyssal Dragon take by CatFoodS. Finally, we're seeing a little bit of a build-up because of that objective taken as far as gold goes, but nothing particularly significant yet. We're still yet to see a casualty, which would allow a team to otherwise propel themselves in this game.
You gotta be careful with the mirror. The pulls from over that walls, you don't see it coming. So as for SG, they're more about surprises, pickoffs. But for CatFoodS, they don't need to rely on those tactics because they have the Malak and the Zenial for a powerful engage. But right now, already seeing in the bot lane, Malak, he may be the victim of 4-man gank here. He does immediately back off, seeing the 4 members of SG in the bot lane.
Yes, but man, so far amidst all these rotations being made, we haven't really seen anything fruitful as far as converting that into a lead for SG.
But they're still trying to establish their dominance around the map, trying to control those key objectives. But looks like for CatFoodS, they did return the favor of going in and out. I mean, you saw 4 members in the bot lane. They'll do the same here for the top lane.
Yeah, and they're just pretty much weaving around this map. I guess it is a form of pressure. In a way, it does keep the members of CatFoodS on their toes. If you notice, there are moments where, knowing very well that SG is making a rotation towards the top side, they make a retreat, they make for safety into Blush just to make sure that they spot out, they don't get caught out in an unfavorable situation.
Very close call there. I mean, right at this point, we're seeing a lot of caution coming from both teams. They do not want to do anything that would stand out, that would be a mistake for the enemy team to pick on. Because when you have the quarterfinals, Arctic, the mindset has to be there. Clearly, both of the teams, they have it so far. But again, this will be the second Abyssal Dragon spawning here. So we'll take it.
Both sides have been taking this really, really systematic. But yeah, I'm really waiting for that decisive move on the map, which would otherwise propel a team towards building up to a victory.
I mean, it's still anyone's game here.
Okay.
But they're really focused onto this Malak. He won't be escaping here. Will the ultimate from the Zenial did help him survive for now, for a bit. But in the end, still, the first blood will go to SG.
Yes, finally, we do see a pickoff right there.
Now
SG will
to
transition that.
the Abyssal Dragon. So nice follow-up there. Normally, if one member is taken down, immediately go towards Abyssal Dragon. You have the numbers advantage, not to mention Zenial burns that ultimate, but oh! Overcommitment coming from CatFoodS. Already not respecting the tower, but looks like they will turn for this Abyssal Dragon. We're seeing the Zenial trying his best to zone out the members of SG, but immediately he's still healthy. He's still trying to attack the members. Abyssal Dragon goes for the reset. He gets the heal. Looks like Zenial will leap away.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of value that SG gets here at the end of the day. Looks like CatFoodS will be able to respond by taking down a turret in the mid lane, though. As far as leads, it's still pretty balanced out.
I would say for Ross, he really has to respect the tower. I mean, you know that Ross, he has the passive, he has the skills to go close to the enemy and set up for that combo, but under a tower, that's kind of reckless.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that he doesn't want to push the boundaries in too much unless he has the support of the ally. Grant him the shield, grant him that movement speed. So, we'll just have to see though.
Yeah, so far, I mean, the Abyssal Dragon, the second one has yet to be taken away. SG was very close to taking it, but will not risk for a huge casualty or a punishment coming from CatFoodS. So,
no.
Let's see Arctic. They are creeping around the map. We can see it, but they will take control of the vision. And now, will that stop CatFoodS? I don't think so, but they do respect that SG is going on to them, and now that is going to be another potential pickup, maybe not. That was Malak with the two-man knockup there, but in the end, SG, they are very healthy. They're not pushing back the members of CatFoodS to their red side jungle.
Yes, even with the heals coming in from Xenio, they're
Oh,
able
dear.
to continue to fight.
Leaving behind Zenial, I don't think Zenial will survive here, forced to give Ari that kill.
Well, that will end with quite a number of casualties from the side of CatFoodS, but then again, we do see a little bit of a shove up here towards the top side, effectively pushing the turret lead as far as takedowns in the favor of CatFoodS. It looks like Relax is going to try to at least deal with just that lead, but unfortunately for him, Lil Alice as well as the Raz will make their way towards the bottom to make sure that no further shoves come in from the side of SG just yet.
Looks like his if it was used to just scare away the violets. So, I mean, we're nearing our 10-minute mark here, Arctic. We're seeing the kill score 4-1. We're seeing the turret score 2-1 in favor of CatFoodS. But when it comes to gold, it doesn't matter because they got the Abyssal Dragon early. So they're pretty much even there. So right now, again, the second Abyssal Dragon has yet to be taken away by any team. But we can see so much action, so much proactiveness coming from both teams to try and secure or try to call dibs on this Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, not the bad proactivity coming from both sides here, really trying to push their leads, although it's interesting though, even with the kills leaning towards the favor of SG just by the Abyssal Dragon take and turrets, CatFoodS is easily able to balance that out as far as goal differences, and it could still go either way, man. It's looking very, very equal. It depends on how these rotations go in the next minutes and how the collapses as well towards getting pickoffs.
Yes, and for CatFoodS, they have great tools to go for those collabs, go for the engages. But when it comes to SG, they do have the tools to fight back. Now they're scaling into the late game here. I mean, not into the late game, to the mid game, but the Abyssal Dragon Arctic, it's very low. 4,000 health. It will go towards the red team. That would be Awesome, securing the Abyssal Dragon, immediately starting to fire. You saw Ross setting up for the kill there, pushing him back in. He does flicker away, but he's very low. Oh, in the end, Violet will pick up the kill there in the mid lane. That's a lot of action. Hito gets picked up by 3 members of CatFoodS.
Yes, unfortunately, SG couldn't balance that out and push the envelope a bit more with that takedown in that mid lane. Technically 1-for-1 across the board, but still, Abyssal Dragon did go to the side of CatFoodS here.
Oh, looks like Malak not really respecting the damages coming from Samurai Gamers. So what's gonna happen here? It's because that CatFoodS getting that 2 Abyssal Dragon will really help them, you know, try and snowball this game. But at this point, SG is just doing a good job stalling. I mean, waiting for their spikes here. But for CatFoodS, they've been taking away the Spirit Sentinel twice already. Maybe a pickup in the top lane? No, it will not happen.
Nope, not quite right there. Man, the caution between these two teams is absolutely
Careful.
insane. This is a change of pace from what we saw earlier.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Very systematic by the book. They do not want to go for risks. Any type of risk. They want to go for a scenario where they have 100% on their side, like we saw, what we missed in the bot lane. 3 members collapsed onto the Ross. He's gone, so that's a 1-kill pickup for SG.
Now that I recall, the one time I did get to catch Samurai Gamers in action during an actual tournament on live stream, one of the players that actually stuck to me was Jido. He was such an amazing player, really spearheading things for his teammates.
Malak again? Will he survive here? I don't think so. Xenos was here to try and help him out. He's trying to go over that wall, but that will be a 3-man knockup. But in the end, Jonkner goes in for the flank. Violet just scares away the members of CatFoodS, and 2 members get wiped out. And this is very dangerous because I don't think for SG they would go for the Dark Slayer, but the Abyssal Dragon is available up for grabs.
Yes, looks like they will potentially make that rotation towards the bot side. I don't know, they are lingering towards this mid to potentially go for a turret take, looking for an opportunity that they can. This turret is half its health, though. Vittorio will get a little stun right there. They're slowly waiting for it. Looks like the passive, or rather the range advantage for Relax Heal will grant SD that advantage to just take it down right then and there, and that will be the Abyssal Dragon transition from SD.
Yes, skill scores 8-2 Arctic, and again, yes, from that flash we saw at the top side of SG, they will go for the Abyssal Dragon, making them their first Abyssal Dragon take, and with a turret of 4, so the gold is slightly tilting to the favors of SG.
Yes, looks like Jido going to restrain himself, knowing very well after shots, spotting out the rest of CatFoodS, going towards the top side to potentially make a response. He will protect themselves with that Spirit Sentinel, but still here towards the bot side. Vittorio going to juke it out with the Senior.
Oh yeah, he will not. He won't really buy into that, but trying to scare away the Xenial, but you overstep your boundaries there and not respecting the re-engage coming from the Xenial. But I think maybe it was calculated from SG. They will be taking the Dark Slayer.
That was such a fast take coming in from Samurai Gamers. RVP in the midst of that, trying to stall.
SG, they know that they don't have Vittorio. They don't care. They have the buff. They can try and out-damage the members of CatFoodS, but they are really outnumbered here, but they will not go down without a fight. You pick up our members, we'll get in one return. That's going to be SG still strong in the mid lane, but with the Death Diver, it's kind of huge right now for CatFoodS. 4 members are down, only Xenial remains.
Yes, unfortunately, in the midst of that, they were not able to salvage RVP amidst the awesome and pretty solid distraction that he served until such time that SG was able to respond right there. And looks like with the advantage of having a Dark Slayer, they're going to continue to push out here towards the bottom side. Let's go ahead and see if they could get a lot more value out of this. Any moment now, the rest of CatFoodS will be spawning up, but will it be in time?
Onto the tower, they don't care that Xenial is trying the best to protect the tower, but in the end, it will fall. This will be SG flooding to the inside base of CatFoodS, low on health. They will try and weave a Jonkner, cannot commit to the fight, and under the cord he will be taken down there. Malak will get the slow to Violet. Violet still kiting him out. He is slow, and Violet will get him there. And now, ooh, overstepping. Violet is just a monster. He's a monster right now, just getting kill after kill.
Man, oh man, and I think this is going to be the finish broken right there. With this ace, there's just not enough time for any of these members to go on the defense, and that will, of course, start our best of 3 with Samurai Gamers taking game against CatFoodS 1-0.
That's the power of the Violet. Wait till the late game and it will carry the team. We saw the results here. And I gotta say, the draft really kind of spoke for itself, but in the end, we did have a winner here. It would be Samurai Gamers, if I'm correct. Yes, Samurai Gamers will take away our first game of the best of 3 series.
That was just basically a bit of a showing as to why we do see Violet as one of the top tier heroes in Arena Valor right now. A lot of people ranking that the only marksman, if I'm not mistaken, as of what heroes we have here right now that actually makes that top tier pick because of the consistency of damage, because of that safety of being able to take down turrets without even needing to get into range of potential harm. So overall, a clear reflection right there. MVP with shots coming in as a close second as the Chotnar. No surprise there, really was able to hold it down, hold the fort for Samurai Gamers in all these fights right here. So just very, very well played by SG.
Well played indeed for Samurai Gamers. They will be taking away game 1. The momentum is on their side. So this will be match point in the best of 3 series. I'm really curious how can CatFoodS try and bounce back here. But in the end, it all comes down to mentality. So we will be going on to a short break to resume our last match of the quarterfinals for the Valor Cup. My name is Vulcan. With me was Arctic. See you after the short break.